So, hey, love. A lot of times I will be working with a private client and helping her to manifest love, and she will ask me if casual sex with someone that she knows will derail her manifesting efforts to attract her soulmate. So, if it's someone that she knows is not her soulmate, but she just would really love to have sex with this person, um, is that okay, or will that make it so that her soulmate then will not come into her life? So today we're going to talk about whether casual sex will ruin your soulmate manifesting efforts. I'm Carissa, and I help high vibe women heal their hearts and attract new love. So let's say you've been doing all the law of attraction stuff, right? You've created a vision board, you're meditating, you're doing affirmations, you're doing energy work to heal and release your attachment to exes, you're writing a love list, you're doing all the stuff that you know you need to do to attract your soulmate. And he is not here yet. And in the meantime, you are deeply craving sex. And it could be physical touch, it could be affection, it could be pleasure, or just that natural outlet of sexual expression, which is totally normal and natural and healthy. So let's say one of your old sex buddies comes back into the picture, or even an ex. And you know that this person is not relationship potential, but you really, really want sex right now. So will that mess up your manifesting efforts? The honest answer to that is that it really depends. It depends on you. And here's what I mean. For some women, the womb is the doorway to the heart. So if he's in your body, he's in your heart. And if that's how you are, then there's nothing casual for you about casual sex. Not all women feel the same way or kind of respond to sex in the same way, but for some of us, there is nothing casual about casual sex. It's like that is directly, that person will be directly in our heart if they are in our bodies. And I'm going to generalize a little bit about some differences between men and women. So one of the things that happens for women is that, for us, oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, or some people even call it the love hormone, is super powerful because in general, women have more receptors for oxytocin and we're more sensitive to oxytocin, and we release more of it into our bodies when we have an orgasm. So when we have an orgasm, we release this flood of oxytocin in our bodies, and we bond with the person who was there when we had the orgasm, and the effect of that stays in our system for about 2 weeks, around 2 weeks. And oxytocin really makes us more empathetic to the other person. So it's not just like, oh, that felt really good. It's like, you are my person. I want to see the world through your eyes. I want to see what the world is like for you. I want this to be you and me against the world. Like, it's like you're in your own little private circle of just the two of you. And there's this deep intimacy that's created through that bond. And part of the reason for that, oxytocin is also the hormone that bonds us to our babies when they're born. We have oxytocin is released when we are breastfeeding as well. So here's the thing, for men, they do release a little bit of oxytocin with an orgasm, but they release a ton of dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good hormone. Dopamine is the hormone that's like, woo, that was awesome. So you can see the difference between that was awesome, it felt really good, and you are my person. That's a difference. And that difference right here, this chasm right here, is what causes all the problems that we write into, rom-coms. So usually what happens next is like she will try to restore balance. She will sense that she is in deep water and that they're not necessarily at the same place. So she will try to restore balance. She'll try to restore equilibrium, and she'll try to do that by acting like she's not super into him, but usually that doesn't work that well, and then she's feeling out of control, and she's feeling clingy, and she's not feeling like her confident self, her normal self. And that's a problem because then he's not getting to know the real her because she's not getting to be the real her. And things just sort of go downhill from there. Then, from an energetic and manifesting perspective, now there's a whole bunch of new stuff you've got in your energy that has to be cleared out in order to get your manifestation back on track. I've had women invest so much time and energy in healing and really see things get going, and then sort of bring themselves almost all the way back to the beginning because of having sex with someone who they just knew was completely wrong for them, and then going down this rabbit hole with that person and having this whole, like, getting sidetracked from the manifestation of real love for like months before they could get back on track, because of all of the things that they ended up needing to heal in their energy after that. So that's why, if you are the type of woman for whom sex is not casual, then you will have much better relationship success if sex is reserved for someone who has expressed verbally and shown through his actions that he's moving in the same direction with you toward a relationship. And after an amount of time where, it's usually about 2 or 3 months of seeing each other a couple of times a week, that you really have had a better idea of who this person is and got to know, who they really are, how they respond under stress, you know, where they live, where they work, family stories, all of those kinds of things, where they were raised, where they went to school, all these kinds of things, and get to actually just know somebody a little bit better and get a better idea of their character. What if you are not someone for whom casual sex is a big deal, and you just really want to have some sex right now? Then be safe, go forth, and enjoy. You really have the less stressful kind of side of things, and I wish you all of the pleasure that your heart and body can hold. What if you know all of this and you still really, really, really want to have sex, especially if you are on a little bit more in the direction of like knowing that it's never really casual for you? Is there ever a safe way to have casual sex, even if you're not really big on casual sex, or even if you tend to bond under normal conditions? The first thing I would recommend that you do is figure out if you want sex or if you just want touch, because sometimes there's a difference between those two things. And if it is just touch, you can get a massage. That can sometimes be really helpful because massage and touch are powerful in healing. But if it is sex and you're like, nope, not touch, definitely sex, then one of the best things that you can do is try to orchestrate your sexual encounter so that it's in another state or somewhere kind of far away, because then you don't bring this expectation to it that it's going to become a relationship. You're able to be more fully present in the moment because you're not thinking 3 steps ahead to how do I turn this into something else. And because of that, you're usually less inhibited and you can have a much better time, and it can be much more pleasurable, and you can just really go deep and enjoy the experience. Hey love, if you're a high vibe single woman who's ready to attract her divine soulmate, then you're going to want to check out my free love manifesting masterclass. This is the same formula I've used to successfully manifest soulmates with my private clients over and over and over again. So to claim your spot in class, go to bit.ly/soullovewebinar, and I'll see you on the inside.